same man can get lost in the sauce. I'm Carlos Puckerin.
I'm Chris Brookbanks. Welcome to the Scared of Success series. Today,
Yes.
we're going to be talking about why you hate your trainer.
Yeah, we know you hate your trainer. We know you hate your trainer. But before we start off on why you hate your trainer, because we know you do, what do we got?
We got some deals. So it's still January, guys. We got the $9.99 special going on.
Yep.
Come and join the gym for $10. No key tag fee, no enrollment fee.
Yep.
We got the 28-day challenge going on right now.
We got 4 days left to enroll for that thing, and then it closes. So
for the 28-day challenge?
Yeah, I think I think January 26th is the last day.
Right, yeah. So we got 4 days left to get into that challenge, guys. If you miss it,
you miss it.
You miss it. And we don't know if we're doing another one.
Exactly.
But, I mean, we've got people down 5, 10, 15,
20 pounds at this point.
20 pounds.
Yeah.
People are doing fantastic, creating new habits, feeling better, working out better, eating better.
Understanding, I think having a much higher comprehension level on fitness as a whole, rather than just being able to correlate the difference or to understand the need to incorporate physical activity with health in the kitchen as well. So diet, exercise, nutrition, what to eat, when to eat, why to eat, carb cycling. There's a lot of good information that people are getting that I don't think that you can get anywhere. Well, you can Google anything and find it out, but you really won't know. Having somebody to explain things to you is a lot better. So we got a lot of good results coming from that. So
all of them hate the coaches.
They all of them. In the beginning, it was like. A lot of the times people just are uncomfortable with change. Yeah. But we've found a way within this 28-day challenge to really make people comfortable with change. And I think that that's probably the best thing. And I was actually just watching a C.T. Fletcher little skit before we went live. And he's like, listen, you're dieting to get the result that dieting gives you. So all that, it doesn't taste good and blah, 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 that's all an excuse. Even I can't eat my meals, or I can't do this, or this and that's too hard, then don't do it yet. I'll tell a client, reasons why a client would hate me is because I will tell them they are not ready to do the things that is going to make them successful. And so I'd rather not take them on as a client at this time. And then they'll almost feel offended or whatever the case may be. But like we talked about earlier, I'd rather be open, honest, transparent, communicate the level of expectation from the beginning, and have them realize that this is something that they probably can't do, than to have them I'm going to do all this part except for eat right, and then we'll just see what happens. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not participating in that and putting my name on that in particular. So I think it's really, really important that you hate your trainer for the right reasons, because there's definitely right and wrong reasons to hate your trainer, and we'll go over a little bit of both of those things.
And make sure you guys hit that link in the description and subscribe to the YouTube, because we will be very shortly going live only from YouTube.
The YouTube channel,
So hit that link, turn on notifications.
When we get to 200 subscribers, we're going to give away
We'll be doing that draw, We'll be doing the Scared of Success draw, where we're giving away a special prize package.
We got some amazing new flavors in our supplement line. Sweet new pre-workout coming out. Some amazing flavors in BCAAs, fat burners, CLA. We got literally everything. It's amazing. I'm super excited. I'm really excited for that stuff. Okay, so why do you hate? I know you hate your personal trainer. One of the main reasons, and I had that this morning when I was with a client. I was like, you got to push yourself a little bit harder, right? And she's like, I'm trying my hardest, right? And I'm like, no, you're not. You know what I mean? You just think that you're trying your hardest, and sometimes I think as a personal trainer, to tell somebody, a personal trainer or a coach of any sort, to tell somebody that they're not working as hard as they think they are, it can be offensive. A lot of the conversation, a lot of the topics that you have, physical exertion, mental, toughness, you're probably up earlier than you're ever used to being up, and then you're actually participating in physical activity. Those are two different levels of discomfort that you're putting yourself through, and that will make you hate anything that anybody says, you know what I mean, especially when it combats directly what you think, or the amount of effort that you think you need to be putting in to achieve your goals. So
but as soon as somebody tells you you're not doing as good as you think you are,
you're offended. I think you're automatically offended. And I think a lot of the times, like I said, it's just about learning who you are, and knowing that being coached has a lot to do with doing your best, and that person giving you an outside perspective of what you think your best is. My coach will tell me all the time, either you're ego lifting, which means you're lifting too much weight just to be able to do it, or you're not lifting enough weight and you're not pushing yourself hard enough. This is the goal that we're trying to achieve. If you're not pushing yourself to this specific level of intensity, then you're not doing it right. Me, I understand the difference between who I am as a human being and who I am egotistically, and I think they're two separate entities that live within one person, but you have to be able to separate the difference between your spirit and your human body, and that's a totally different topic. But I know that my ego needs to be quiet in order for me to succeed in what my coach is actually telling me. So if he's telling me I'm not pushing hard enough, I have to tap into that space that he knows that I can go to outside of what I think that I can do and push myself a little bit harder.
And as a beginner, it's important to understand that your trainer's
right.
And they have your best interest in mind, and they're trying to push you past points that you think you can, that you think you have to stop at, because they have higher expectations for you than you have for yourself.
Especially in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're gonna have, or they have a realistic expectation and you have an unrealistic expectation yourself.
Yeah.
And it's really, really hard for you to even understand why you need to be doing what you're doing, and then being pushed or told that you might not be doing this to your full potential.
Yeah, and another reason why you hate your personal trainer is because maybe you do have unrealistic expectations, and they tell you to cool it a little bit. They tell you they slow your range down a little bit. If you think you want to lose 100 pounds in 3 months,
and you're not going to,
that's not going to happen.
And especially when you know the amount of time, because we ask a lot of questions as personal trainers to get to the proper method that you need to be used in order to achieve your goal. So if I sat down with you and I said, how much, out of 100%, what do you think the percentage of commitment you can give me? And that's 50, okay? Then I ask you, out of 5 days in a week, how many times can you designate to working out? And you say 3. Then I ask you to remove these specific things from your diet and put you on a 14 or a 21-day detox, and you say, well, I probably can't do that. Or if I give you a meal plan that has specific meals on it, and then you start asking, well, can I eat this instead of that, or this instead of this, and you filled out the paperwork to what we're actually eating, your chances of being successful are going way down.
Yeah.
And I have no choice but to be honest with you. I can't lie to you just so you feel good about what I'm saying. Yeah. I need to tell you the truth so that you can actually get to where it is that you want to be. I have clients that excel right from the beginning because their level of commitment is much higher than my other clients that are kind of fighting me to get them to do what is right for them. I'm not doing this for me. And a lot of people get that confused as well. And I'll tell my clients, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. Yeah. It's a service that I'm providing for you so that you get the actual absolute best experience. And what you're looking for ultimately is a transformation, which is going to come on many different levels. So that's another huge reason why you hate your trainer.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, understanding what type of commitment you're willing to put in and what that commitment actually means.
Or what commitment means in general. Some people just don't. They have
unrealistic expectations. And I've sat down with people who said, I'm 100% committed. I'm going to do this. And then I'm like, okay, you got to be in here 7 days a week. You got to do your cardio. You got to eat exactly what I tell you to eat. And like, well, maybe I'm like 60% committed.
Exactly, because by the time you're done having that conversation of what commitment really is, and commitment versus expectation and what it is that you're going to really need to do in order to be ultimately successful, sometimes you might need to ease that in. And I'm perfectly fine with baby steps. So if I have a client that I know is, they want to take leaps and bounds, but they're only going to actually be able to function on baby steps, then I'm going to give them the reality. And another thing why you probably hate your personal trainer is because he or she majority of the time is right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you're the type of person that just needs to be right for the sake of being right, don't hire a personal trainer. Because you're literally going to be pissed off so much of the time that you're going to be being corrected all the time. Your questions are going to be, if you have a good personal trainer, they're going to be honest with you. And so they're not going to BS you about time, etiquette, what needs to be done, level of commitment, all the things that we spoke of previously, but it's going to be, you're going to realize the majority of the time the things that they're telling you, they're right.
Yeah.
And I know people that just like to argue, not to be right or wrong, but just to combat, to argue. And so if you're that type of person, you're going to hate your personal trainer.
Yeah, and when you hire a personal trainer, you're getting into a relationship with them, right?
Yes, you are.
Just like any other relationship, you have to go in with an open mind and be willing to admit that you're wrong sometimes and change a little bit, because if you're just being constantly combative with your trainer, eventually they're going to stop trying to change you.
Yeah,
they're just going to have this expectation that you're
going to fight with them. And who's nobody wants to do that regardless. So, it's one of those things where you have to make the decision if you're going to be the type of person that's open and accepts constructive criticism, or are you the type of person that is going to fight everything? Because all I hear is excuses every day after day after day after day after day. But I call BS on excuses too. So yeah, I hear them, but I don't really hear them. I mean, they make noise, but they don't make a dent, right? And so I'm not the type of person to let somebody's excuses, stop me from getting us to our ultimate goal. Another one that will make you hate your personal trainer is when they say one more rep. Like I'm always like one more. And I say that to myself in my own head when I work out myself. Yeah. So I know it's not something to fret about. You know what I mean? In the gym, failure is success. So if you don't push yourself to the point where, I'm not going to say if you're a beginner, it's the first time you've ever lifted weights in your whole entire life, and I'm going to take you to every set till failure, so tomorrow you can't even lift your arms to grab the cereal off the top of the cupboard. But I also want you to know the level of physical activity that you need to commit to in order to push your body into a space of change. So it's really, really important to understand that, when your trainer says to you one more time, one more rep, and you're ready to die, and then you do it and you didn't die, you probably became stronger right
and
there.
That's the thing too, right? As a trainer, what somebody has left, or you should anyway. So if you're saying one more rep, that's because that we know you can do one more rep.
And you want to
quit. If you're at complete failure, I'm not going to tell you to do one more rep.
Exactly.
Because you won't even get.
You won't be able to. Exactly.
But if I'm like, okay, you're kind of struggling, it's pretty much the end of the set. We can do another one.
Exactly, and you can do another one, but you're just being lazy, and we need to break that habit of doing just enough to get the job done. To doing much more. Now, another reason why you can hate your personal trainer on another level that has nothing to do with you is because they don't pay enough attention while you guys are working out. They're on their phone. They're not timing your sets. They're not documenting any of the exercises that you're actually doing. There's a lot more chatting going on with everybody else in the gym besides the time that you guys are allotted to be focusing on them specifically. So that's another reason why you can hate your personal trainer. They're not professional. So fitness professionals, beware. It's not only because of what clients do that makes them hate you, but it's also what you're doing yourself specifically. So make sure that you take the time to make sure that you're taking care of your clients and paying attention to what their needs are and what their strengths and what their weaknesses are, so that you can document them and only use your phone if you're using it to time people. Yeah,
absolutely. There's a time and place for everything. We got to be professional.
A lot of the time I don't even have my phone on me. A lot of the times I won't even have my phone on me. I'll just exactly. And I also will, and I don't have a problem with my client taking a call. Like if they have their phone on them, they're a doctor, they're a dentist, whatever their occupation may need them to have their phone on them while we train. And I tell them, like, listen, I want there to be a certain level of intensity, but if you got to pick your phone up, you got to pick your phone up. So it is what it is. But not me, not while I'm on the phone. I don't want my doctor to be checking my vitals and then taking a phone call.
That's
another reason why you might hate your personal trainer is when they get strict with you on your diet.
I'll
let you talk about that one, because I've been.
Diet is the most important part of
the most important
training regimen, right? So 9 times out of 10, no, not 9 times, maybe 7 times out of 10. 7 times out of 10, when you're getting into a training relationship, you don't even think about the diet part
at all.
And I found that a lot of trainers won't even give you a diet. They won't give you a diet because they understand that it's the toughest part to change, right?
It is.
But if I tell you to stop eating Big Macs or stop going out for drinks every single weekend for 2 months, that makes people
upset.
Very.
It literally makes them feel like you're doing something that is hurting their lives when you're actually doing something that's helping their lives. I talked to a client today specifically, and we just went over how much she eats out on a regular basis, and she literally said, like, look, man, the amount of money that I just realized that I spend on eating fast food and stopping, and not only is it hurting me, making me overweight, like it's detrimental to my health, but I'm spending way more on fast food than I would actually even be spending on training. And I go over things like how to meal prep, give them some videos to watch, give them some literature that they can go to. But in this case, she didn't hate me for that. But in a lot of cases, when I say, you're gonna have to eat this, you have to do that, the same thing every day. Oh my God! And then another reason why you hate your trainer is because they're not compassionate to your BS excuses.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that it's different and that change is hard to deal with, but I'm not the type of guy to just like pat you on the back and give you the soother for the excuses. Like, that's not the type of person I am. Now, you might get a trainer that does that. I wouldn't say that that's even a good trainer because they're really just coddling you and allowing you to stay in your bad habits. I'd rather you hate me for that day, that week, that month, that 6 month period, and then at the end of it go, I am so. It's like when you say that you hate your mom when you're a little kid, but then when you get older, you're like, I love you, Mom. Thank you for, you know what I mean, everything that you did, because it matters that somebody's there to institute the discipline and give you, you know, especially a trainer with experience that doesn't just learn from a book, but they've been in the gym themselves. They really understand what it is that they need to do specifically to be able to help you.
And Desmi just said, yeah, but you can get a whole meal at McDonald's for $3, and then you go to the supermarket and all you can get is a bag of apples. Healthy eating is so expensive, and this is exactly what we're talking about.
Desmi, I'm gonna keep this PG as possible, and I am not going to son or daughter you on this live feed. So you go ahead and take this one, but I can't take that anymore. Like, I honestly can't.
Listen, I understand that eating healthy you might think is expensive. It's really not that expensive.
It's not at all.
It might be a lack of knowledge of what to buy at the store. But
or it might be a lack of chicken nuggets.
Yeah, where can you get a $3 meal at McDonald's?
Exactly, because that's a lie right there.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Even the dollar menu.
You're going $10 to $15. If you're eating a dollar menu, if you're not getting 6 burgers,
you're lying. You're lying. And number 2 is, like, first of all, minimum wage just went up. I don't want to talk about that. But that also means the dollar menu is now the $2 menu, the $3 menu. You can't get 6 nuggets for less than $6.
Yeah.
But let's just talk about nutritional value, okay? So you're talking about cheap, I'm talking about value, okay? So if you go get that $3 whatever you get from McDonald's, which is a complete lie because there's nothing there for $3. Screenshot me something right now. I guarantee you there's nothing there for $3. Even a bottle of water costs $2.19. But the nutritional value in that food is absolutely zero.
Yeah.
So you can eat 10 burgers and it'd be 10,000 calories, but there is literally no nutritional value. So that food's going in your intestines, killing you, causing inflammation in your body, irregular bowel movements, everything. It's just literally killing you in every sense of the word, and it did nothing for you. Now you spend, let's say, $9 at the grocery store. You get whatever you get for your protein, whatever you get for your veggie, whatever you get for your carb. You know, you can get a bag of rice for $3 to $5 that'll last you the month, okay? And then when you talk about nutritional value, it's just one of those things that you can't, you want to eat food that does something for you or eat food that does nothing for you.
Yeah.
That's the difference between McDonald's and going to the grocery store or picking the right farms to get your food from or getting the right vegetables or buying organic. Eating healthy is expensive, but so is the hospital bill that you're going to be paying.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. It's like, would you rather pay a little bit more for good food or feel like shit and look
like
bad?
shit?
Yeah.
You want to feel like shit and look like shit.
Yeah.
If you love McDonald's, then you look like Ronald. You know what I mean? If you are what you eat. That's not just a cliche saying. No. You know, if you love donuts, you look like a donut. You know what I mean? And I just don't mean sweet and delicious. I mean round. You know what I mean? Mitchell said, healthy eating isn't even that expensive if you know how to shop. It's just the startup and changing your whole kitchen over. Yeah. And that is the truth.
That is the truth, yeah.
It's just hard. And don't say that it's expensive. Yeah. Say it's hard to stop walking to the cupboard and digging your hand into a deep bag of Lay's and crunching on that delicious salt and licking your lips and getting your TV remote all greasy, as opposed to going to get a lettuce wrap, throwing a couple pieces of turkey in it, and letting your taste buds change for what you think that you love, but you're really just addicted to.
And a lot of the times too, when you're shopping, it's like you think it's cheaper because you're just kind of topping up. Yeah. So you've got the chips at home, you've got the burgers or whatever it is, and you're just buying the condiments, or you're buying maybe 1 pack of ground beef for the last of the week, or whatever, because you've already got some.
You just top it up.
And if you're switching to a healthier lifestyle, now you have to restart.
Yeah,
you have to buy all that.
So
food
now
and
you have to waste
base.
everything that you bought because it's all garbage anyway. So either you give it away, and now you got to buy $300 worth of groceries at one time.
But then after that, it's only going to be $100
exactly.
For the next
50, 25 per. Like I go to the grocery store, I know what I'm getting. I'm getting strawberries. I can tell you what I'm getting right now. I'm getting strawberries. I'm getting egg whites. I'm getting like maybe some low carb ketchup, right? And maybe 3 other condiments. I'm going to spend between $22 and $40 to keep myself constant throughout the course of the week. I'm going to be eating whole, real foods. I'm not going to be wasting time. I'm going to be meal prepping, so I'm going to be on time. And that's why your trainer hates you. That's why you hate your trainer. Another reason why you hate your trainer is because he'll check you when you fell off your nutrition plan. So when you just started to decide, because I get this a lot. Like I'll write somebody a nutrition plan. First of all, I give you a list to check off the food that you even like. So there's nothing that I could have written for you on this whole entire program that you didn't like because you checked the food. Then all of a sudden I get like, well, do I have to eat peas with my salad, and do I have to eat quinoa grains with my... Yes, you do. You have to eat everything that I just wrote for you in the way that I wrote it for you in a timed fashion. You have to be prepared ahead of time. Yes, this is going to change your life. Every little small thing that I institute into doing for you, not for me, because I already do it for myself. I'm doing it for you. Everything that I change, that I institute into your life is to make your life better ultimately. And the first thing you do is say, well, can I eat this instead of that? What if it's 10 o'clock at night and I only want it? Like, no, you can only do what this piece of paper says. The lack of that discipline is what's killing you in the first place. And I mean in the literal sense.
That's what it, and people have such a hard time with just sticking to like a singular program.
It's
like, oh, what? I can't go out for wings on Saturday?
No, you can't. No, you can't. No. Stop doing that. You're spending all your money on that anyway. It's the reason why you're overweight. It's the reason why you're out of shape. It's the reason why you're miserable. You think you love what you're doing, but you wake up hungover, in a bad mood, salty at the world. Your team lost. You're hungover. You're fat. Everything that could have went wrong that night because you went out and ate chicken wings. Candy says, and listen, this is the thing that's even crazier. Like, my coach will tell me, have a cheat this weekend. And I will tell you, have a cheat this weekend if you give me your food journal and it says everything that I wrote in there. But if I said...
If you're cheating every week...
If you're cheating when it doesn't even say to cheat, like if it says, if I wrote such and such for lunch and then you write pizza, that's not what I wrote. If you write tacos, I know it's not what I wrote. Candy says, this is how I look at it. I can't get mad at my trainer. I get mad at myself for not eating well and then skipping the gym. Before I got his help, I get mad at myself because it hurts my back and my knees, which is my fault for not caring about myself the way I should have. He pushes me to help me reach my goals and get stronger, in which I asked him to do. You gotta discipline yourself, and you gotta develop that discipline muscle and take ownership instead of getting mad at everything and everyone else. Had lettuce wraps today with turkey. They're bomb. My 1-year-old son dog did too. He loved it. That's another thing. Like, your habits suck. You've been programmed with these crappy habits. So of course when you go to eat a lettuce wrap, you're like, this is a lettuce wrap, blah, 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 blah. And then everybody who wants to eat burgers and poutines and pizza, and listen, you can have that every once in a while, but get yourself to a space where you're actually healthy enough that the hot cheese isn't causing acid reflux, and you don't have high cholesterol, which is leading to high blood pressure, which is leading to a heart attack, which is leading to cancer, which is leading to you buying government experimental medication over the television that's like may cause nausea, heartburn, death, blindness, fatness, like everything that you're trying to do to combat what you should be doing to help yourself naturally is why you hate your trainer. Because he's really just trying to help you.
Yeah, man, you gotta earn those cheat meals.
You really have to earn those cheat meals, man.
Everything good in life you have to earn. And when you do earn it, and when you work for it, it makes it so much better. It's like if you eat poutine every single day,
it's not even that good.
No, like, you're just eating it just because to eat it.
Listen, I love poutine. I'd be sitting here lying to say if I didn't love poutine. But I love myself enough to not eat it every single day. Then when I'm in Costco, just eating samples, I can stop and get a poutine and not feel like I ruined my whole entire life to have that. And guess what? I eat that one poutine, then I have 20 great meals after that. Then I might have 3 slices of pizza, then have 25 great meals after that. I call that balance in my life, and it's really, really important for me to live a balanced lifestyle. Because in a world that you really lack balance in, you need to do something to give yourself a little bit of a head start. Life's already killing you.
Yeah,
as it is.
Definitely. So the next point we got is when you feel like you've made progress and they point out your weakness.
That's amazing, because a lot of people, and we say that people shortly celebrate their victories, but sometimes people over celebrate their victories and then they slack off, like, oh, I did 2 plates, it's the first time you ever did 2 plates, so don't get too happy. Your form still sucks, your lower chest is still weak, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely want you to celebrate the things that the progress that you've made, but now let's not get so cocky and egotistical and so far ahead of ourselves that we don't realize that we still have weaknesses to work on. I think that's huge.
Or if you stick to your diet for 1 week and then you feel great, you're like, I earned a cheat meal. No, man, stick to your diet for 2 months.
Exactly.
3 months.
Yep.
And then you can have a cheat meal.
Because the thing about it is, you're rewarding yourself for something very, very temporary.
It's premature.
Yeah. It's like getting a participation trophy.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I did a diet for 7 days, so now I'm going to eat 2 whole pizzas and undiet my whole life. Like, you just literally, now you took the participation trophy, which is already worthless, and just threw cheese sauce all over it. Now it's like nothing. It's literally worth nothing. You have to allow yourself I like to call it like the momentum to see the success. So it takes doing something over and over and over and over and over again. Though the repetition marks the repetition rebel. The repetition that it needs to actually build that good habit. Like, my coach said to me this weekend, you're gonna have a cheat. And like, I was like, man, I'm gonna have a cheat. And literally just ate like some buttery popcorn. And I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't even need everything. Yeah. Like, in my mind, I was like, and I was talking to you about this, I was like, I got a cheat this weekend, I don't even know what I'm gonna do, blah, 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 blah. And, it's one of those things where, you gotta understand that it's gonna take it just takes the traction, man. It takes the discipline muscle. Yeah, and now I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, wow, I love what's happening right now. Yeah. Do I need a cheat?
And you can look to the future, right? And you can kind of almost predict what's gonna happen based on the habits that you've built up and the routine that you've created. You're gonna stick to your diet because you've been on it.
Yep.
So you're gonna, lose fat in certain places or get bigger or whatever it is, right?
Yep.
And when you really get to know your body, then you can decide as well if it's time for you to have a cheat meal or if you've earned it yet. And then the last point we got here is when they make you love them.
Yeah. And that's what I was talking about. I was talking about after the 3 months or 6 months, all the crying, the bitching, the complaining, this food, waking up this early, this cardio, blah, 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 and then you love me.
Yeah.
Because you got the result that you ultimately wanted, because I didn't lie to you and give you this majestic, mystical BS story about, this is my son text messaging right now, I need more data. No, you don't need more data. I hope you're watching this. No, you don't need more data. You need to come in here and work out. And I'll give you 20 gigs of data for how many push-ups you can do. So, no, but ultimately you end up loving your trainer. Like, I love my coach. He says the worst stuff to me. Like, he says, this is what you suck at. This is what you need to be better at. This is what you're not trying hard enough at. Don't ruin your diet. Don't let the inner fat boy in you come out and destroy everything that you've done. But I need to hear all of that on a regular basis so that I can do what I actually need to do to get to where I want to be. Yeah. Do I want snacks? Do I love tacos? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, I want all that stuff. But the reality of it is the result that I want out of my life and my body and my aesthetic look and my heart health and my blood health, my eyesight and my mobility, those are all things that matter to me more than a Big Mac. Mm-hmm. And so I love my coach for being, a jerk enough to tell me the truth all the time,
But you're not going to love your coach if you don't listen to them. So if you're taking everything they're saying and just kind of pushing it to the side, then by the end of by the end of your training, you're gonna hate them. You're still gonna hate them because you didn't see any results.
And it's nobody's fault but your own.
Yeah.
So
if you're writing everything down that you're eating and bringing it into us, and then going out and having a Baconator or a Big Mac or something on the weekend,
or just eating whatever the hell you want to eat based on, this is what will make your trainer hate you. You rebelling against your own goals to spite them. Because you're not spiting me. You're spiting yourself.
Yeah.
I'm still going to train you, whether you continuously gain weight or have lack energy or you know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you the truth, and you're going to be pissed off at me for telling you the truth. So be honest with yourself, guys. I think the main thing that you need to understand of why you hate your trainer is because you're not honest with yourself.
Yeah.
I wrote on my Facebook this morning, I was like, you know, the truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. So look in the mirror and piss yourself off today, because that's where the truth starts. The truth starts within yourself, knowing what you need to do. Listen, man, we all actually know what we need to do. The majority of people I talk to, they're like, man, I just feel lazy, I just feel tired, I just feel this, I just feel that. I'm like, this all starts with how you feel.
Yeah.
And if you can directly relate how you feel to the level of activity that you participate in, what you need to be doing in your life, what would make you the happiest, and write those things down, you would know specifically what it is that you need to do. And then that's why we do the journaling thing. Write down what you're doing. So if you write down 3 days of what I wrote, and then 2 days you ate calamari pizza, tacos, had 17 beers, and then you were down 6 pounds, but now you're up 17, you know why that is.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I don't care if you think it's healthy. I don't care if the food that you're eating is healthy.
Yes.
If it's not on the program, it's not on the program.
Period.
Don't eat it.
Yeah.
Whether it's healthy or not.
It's not on the program.
When somebody makes you a program, it's very specific.
I honestly
everything
get
is on there for
so
a reason.
frustrated when I write a program and then I get that journal back and there's just stuff there that I didn't write.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, why did I write this? You know what I mean?
What's the
you
point?
know, don't waste your trainer's time either. You know what I mean? If you want, if you say you want to change, start to get uncomfortable. That's the biggest and the best advice I can give to anybody that wants to be successful in anything that you do in life. Start getting uncomfortable on purpose. I don't like asparagus. Well, you checked asparagus, so don't check asparagus next time. It's up to you. We give you, especially at Flex Fitness, we give you so many different opportunities to participate in what we're actually doing. We give you the scientific research on why we're doing what we're doing with your body. We give you the apps to check into what you can do to do proper exercises. So, you know, this has a moral majority has to do with a lot more to do with you than it actually has to do with us.
Yeah,
we're just the vessel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're projecting everything onto us that you think about yourself, pretty much. Guys, so make sure you're coming down. Check us out for January. It's $9.99.
Yep.
You get a 30-day trial. You can cancel it at any time, but you won't because you're going to love it.
Exactly.
We got the 28-day challenge starting in February. You got 4 more days to sign up for that.
Yeah.
It's only $125, and you get a huge value.
I've been doing, anybody who wants a free fitness consultation and a free personal training session, give us a call at the gym, 519-979-6622. Lauren's been doing them, Theo's been doing them, Mark's been doing them. Shout out to our new trainer, Marty. I'm going to call him Marty McFly. He's been doing them. He's ready to start doing them. Carlos Garay is back, mobility specialist. This guy's as limber as Gumby. Come check him out. Come check me or Chris out. We will take care of you. We'll put you in for a fitness consultation. See what it is that we need to do to get you started. See where you are habit-wise. See what we need to change, and see what your level of commitment is. And you know, if you're ready, we're ready. Strap in, and we'll take you on the road to success.
Make sure you hit that link in the description, guys, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you get entered into the draw for the Scared of Success package. And we will only be going live from YouTube as soon as we hit 200 subscribers. And we are almost there. So make sure you don't miss that boat. And join us tomorrow. And remember, don't get lost in the sauce.
Because the whole entire world is.